Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's critique. We are focusing on the theme summer today. And I want to apologize for the late delivery on the critique. I have been flying and I'm now in Vancouver, so it's been a little tough making time for this. But we're making time for it today, just a day late, but you guys get your critique. So, like I said, this week's theme is summer, and we're going to be talking about the different photos that were submitted from this week. So, let's pull up this first one right here, which you guys can see. Uh, Obviously, it definitely represents a sense of feeling of summer. You got the girl off to the right, kind of just looking out into the distance, or guy maybe, not too sure. The person looking out to the on the right, looking out to the distance. The beautiful cloud sky, deep blue, everything, and just overlooking the view and of everything. Not too sure exactly the location, but it looks like maybe they're on a boat, given like the wood railing and kind of just being out in the water. Could be like a cruise ship type thing. Not too sure, but that's not entirely relevant. In terms of the photo, one thing I would like to see is a little bit more of the person's face. It's kind of too far off to the right. It does allow us to get more of the scene, which is maybe what they're going for. You get the reflection on the water, which we see over here. There seems to be a little bit too much kind of haloing effect in the sky, so that's what makes me want to think it was taken with either like a phone or just a lower resolution camera, or maybe just taken at a low resolution and then try to, and then trying to edit it. So if you, and this might not be the case, but typically what this will happen is if you shoot like a low resolution JPEG file and then you try to edit it and like bring out more details in the sky and the blue, which is looks like what happened here, you'll sometimes get this effect, which obviously causes a negative look to your image. So that's something to keep an eye out for, and that's why people shoot in RAW so they don't have these issues. So that's what I'd recommend is shoot RAW or shoot high resolution JPEG, so you have a little bit more flexibility with your editing. But it's not a bad photo at all. I think definitely gets the hint of summer across, and I love the clouds. Like the person looking off gives a little bit more point of interest to the image. This one, I love it. Great macro shot of the bee, very 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 sharp, which is very difficult to do when shooting like macro photography. If we zoom in, we can definitely tell that that is one sharp looking bee. Looks like this is the sharpest part right here, and it's just a little soft right there, but nonetheless nothing to be concerned about. You can see a lot of detail in here. This looks great. I love the negative space over here, putting the bee kind of in the top left hand corner. Maybe would like to see it maybe just a hair more over here, but still a great image. Like the simplicity in colors. I like the yellows. So the yellows what makes me feel more kind of summery to it. Bees going out pollinating and sucking up nectar or whatever it is they do, making honey. It gives that kind of summery feel, but I think what really gives a summer feel is just the flower itself. The yellows, the kind of the sun, the color gives that summer feel. So that's why I like it for the theme. But also, it's just a technically well done shot. It's very sharp. It's looking pretty good. Overall, I think it's a very well executed image. Again, my nitpickiness would like to see just a little bit more to the left up here, just so it fits more on that rule of thirds. But it's up to your own discretion. It's pretty dead on either way you look at it. So I like it, and it looks pretty good. This one here definitely embodies the summer feel for the theme. It's got I'm hoping lemonade, or maybe a special lemonade as my family would call it, and got the sunglasses, the pool, the water splashed around it. Obviously very very summery. Now, technically speaking, there's some things that could be made for improvements. In terms of the angle of the camera, like it definitely is a good shot for the theme, so I like it for that, and makes me thirsty, which means it's a good photo in terms of what it's communicating. But in terms of technical aspects, having the tree right up here, now palm trees, summery, Southern California type thing, yes. But I feel it's kind of a distraction I kind of would have liked to have seen maybe just the glass of lemonade and the sunglasses. Maybe turn the sunglasses just a little bit right up against them the other way, and actually shoot with the water as the background. So shooting down on it. So you get a little bit of like the ledge and then the pool. So still getting the idea of where you are, but having it much cleaner background, easier to work with. Versus kind of like the fence and the trees, the house, the other fence, the sky and all that kind of stuff kind of gets distracting. So I think it would be a lot nicer, and I would like to see the image where you're shooting the background as the pool being the background. I think that can make for a very aesthetically pleasing image and very clean image. But I like the photo. I like the effort put into it. This one just seems like a summer crowd dancing. I didn't really understand too much of the relevance or the technical aspect. I definitely see it's like a fun image. Everyone just having fun. It's out summer. It's kind of more an event photo. There's some kind of weird haze up here, so maybe makes me think like there's like maybe shooting through a window or something like that. You see this weird reflection type thing right here. I don't know what that is, so I assume being shot through a window. Also having a timestamp. Just so you guys know, timestamps used to be important when you shot film because that was the only way to tell, have a record of when it was, shot. But we don't need that today. Digital has a timestamp embedded into the actual file, so you'll never actually need a timestamp ever again. It definitely degrades from the quality of the image. I highly recommend never using timestamps. If you need to know the time which it was taken, you just right click on the file and pull up properties, and you'll be able to see when it was taken originally. So it's just too busy of an image. It's more of just a documentation photo of people in roller skates and tie-dye shirts, just having a good time. It doesn't really feel like summer just because it's overcast, so there's no direct sunlight. I can tell because there's no harsh contrast, there's no harsh shadows. So it's definitely overcast, so it doesn't really feel like summer. There's all these cars back here, so make sure to try to get rid of the timestamp for next time, and try to focus on crafting an image versus going out and taking a snapshot of a moment. This way, I appreciate the fact that people are shooting and taking images, but I'd like for people to work on crafting the image, to kind of put more effort into it and really learn from it versus, in this case, more of pointing a camera at a crowd and taking a picture. This one, again, not really feeling the summer feel. Maybe you can go with summer just because, the kid's out and it's during the day, so they're out of school, so therefore it's summer. But that could be a weekend. Also, it's overcast, so you don't really get the summer feel. It's obviously a cute picture of the two. It looks like the father and the son. Definitely looks like they're having a good time and having a blast, and that's cute. I do like the shooting through the net and the hole in the net to get the kid's face, but I just feel that maybe it could be zoomed in a little bit more and kind of blur out the background a little bit. It depends on what lens you have, of course, and how close you can get, but definitely would like to see a little bit more just more summer feel to it. Just don't feel anything really has to do with summer in this shot. Again, the only thing it really justifies is the kids out of school type thing, but it's overcast day is not much going on in that aspect. So just try to, for future references for everyone, make sure to try to stick to the theme as close as possible. And of course, anyone can rebuttal in the comments and say and explain their positioning. I'm taking a complete bias approach from what I interpret from the photo, from my own opinion. So I could very much be wrong in a lot of this interpretation, and I understand that. So if you want to rebuttal or give your side of the story, you're more than welcome to leave your feedback in the comments of the blog post or on our Facebook page, and I'd be more than happy to take that into consideration for your future photos and possibly just have a conversation about it. So thanks for submitting you guys' photos. I really appreciate it. I really want you guys to keep submitting your photos, and look forward to giving you guys more critiques every single week. So thanks again. This is Jason, and signing off with the weekly photo challenge for this week.